Hello, hello, and welcome to the live stream tonight. It is Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night, I give these live streamings for free. You can join it, you can connect here, you can ask questions, you can speak with me live, you can join the chat if there's some movement there. And it's a very nice way to be able to be part of something that I do online. And I look very warm because I'm busy preparing a cake. Tomorrow my friend is having his birthday and I'm preparing a nice vegan cake. Yeah, let's see how it's going to work out. Let's see. So if you want to write or ask me questions, the best thing to do this is you can write it here in the chat, or hey Mauricio, nice that you're here. It's earlier than I thought you would be here. Best wishes to you too. Very nice, Mauricio. Yeah, so but you can so write in the chat, or you can write it directly to my Skype address, which is Ligi Live, and you can find this also below my videos. And I finally figured out how to get more lighting, because the last couple of live streamings the lighting was very bad, because YouTube changed their settings and the screen is it has a dark feature now. It's now in the dark mode. Which shouldn't really scare us. It's just dark, which is actually much more pleasant for the eyes. But still, of course, I need other light that gives some kind of, that you can see that I'm here and that I'm speaking. Now it says it doesn't receive enough. It's always this thing with YouTube. But okay, I think it's still working. If there is a problem, just let me know in the chat, because that's the thing that I can see straight away. If there's a problem with the audio or with the video, or if there's buffering, which happens sometimes, then yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you are at work. Okay. It's nice that you're doing this during work. Yeah, why not? I think it's very, very nice. Much more important maybe than work, but maybe also not. So I would like to speak about that you can have or experience the fact that you live in that you have experienced censorship in your life, and as if life is dictated to you. But when you look around you, you actually live in a free world, free, of course, like this, because everything is subjective. What is free, what is not free? We can talk about this for a very long time. But let's say that this is a free world, and then you can experience feelings of imprisonment, feeling unfree, feeling contracted, feeling stuck energy, frustrated energy. Like you can't move, or you don't know what to do, and maybe you are in a phase, or maybe not, but maybe you are also in a phase where you are still struggling with seeing through patterns and seeing through conditions, where you can actually find out that censorship is not necessarily outside of you in the world, dictated to you, but it's happening within you. It's happening within you that you dictate yourself about, this is not good about me, I should change. I'm not enough developed to be a good partner, or to be a good lover, or to be a good person. I miss all kind of characteristics to be happy, or I can't trust myself. I am not to be trusted, which is a big one, but it happens. It's happened to me, so I know what it's like to have the sensation that you feel, I'm bad, I'm so bad, and I can't be trusted. So all these thoughts, this dynamic of bullying yourself, putting yourself down, dictate that you are the dictator inside of you, in the communication, in the relationship that you have with your inner self, with your your open and receptive self. And the other part is that the mind got attached to all kind of ideas that you absorbed, that you copied, that you picked up along the way in your life about your, not yourself, but the idea is that it is about yourself, that something is wrong with you. And so even without you wanting to do this, you just are keeping holding on to it, and it gives a lot of it can give a lot of stress and fear, anxiety, and frustration, when actually you're free, and the gate is open. The gate is always open. And I also remember that my dear friend told me this too, when I was in a phase of learning about my psychology, about conditioning, about my emotions and things. And my friend told me, yes, but you are a bird in a cage with the door of the cage is open, and I thought that was a beautiful metaphor. And I have actually a beautiful painting about the bird, Free the Bird, from him. But at that time it was beautiful, and I could really understand the concept, but I just couldn't accept or allow myself. And I think that the secret to allowing yourself that you are limiting yourself because of just copied behavior is mainly when you start to see that you take on things that are not yours. Nothing is yours. Life is impersonal, and so you can, and because it is impersonal, you can change it. It's how do you say this in English? You can make life, even though you're not in control, but life is shapeable. Everything is being created and destructed, reconstructed, built, digested, whatever, anything right now in this very moment. Thoughts, digestion, feelings, body cells, blood flows, stones, dust, bacteria. And sometimes I feel like I'm repeating constantly the same thing, but I think in essence that is what it is. The simplicity of processes. And if there is maybe a desire inside of you, or something happening that you feel like you want to get rid of what is going on, or that you want to get away from where you are, there's always this continuous change happening within you right now, always, wherever you are. And when you realize this, at first it could open your eyes, and really you could really see this is a wonder, this is fascinating what's going on inside of my body, in my mind, in my senses, when I touch the cup of warm tea, when I speak, with the vibration, when I speak, how it gets to somewhere, how it reflects, how reflections all the time are here when you have your eyes open, that with the light and the dark and elements. When you think of something like a water stream, then you can hear the water stream. All these incredible abilities of being human. When you think of something like a ripe strawberry, one of the first strawberries of the season, real naturally grown strawberries, and you think of the strawberry, you can imagine the smell, you can imagine the taste, the juiciness, the freshness. I mean, it's amazing. It's beautiful that we have these abilities. The other side is that we have also this imagination to imagine ourselves being in complete shit, in complete despair, and in a negative or contracted energy, to see everything like wrong or heavy or not going well, and yeah, and that's the other part of it. But mostly it's a combination of the physical and the mental body-mind dynamics that stir us or doesn't stir us. If lots of energy with me, for example, goes out to my mental functioning, like speaking a lot or doing work with my mind a lot, very soon I start to feel empty. I start to feel I need to do something physical. I need to stretch, or I need to drink some water, or move, or make a little dance, or stretch, or something like that. And that balance is very needed, but you need to allow yourself to be able to recognize it. Because otherwise, if you don't recognize what's going on, then the change won't be as effective. Everything changes. But yeah, it is our talent, our human talent, to be able to reflect, to self-reflect, and to observe, and to be able to be objective, or at least to observe processes, body processes, thought processes. And so, yeah, you need to allow yourself recognize them. Breathe deeper. Reflect on your breath. I was quite busy today, a bit running around. And before the streaming, I was really quite busy still with the cake that I'm preparing. So I felt like, my energy is up. It's kind of quite up. Yeah, and then I also feel, oh, now I'm landing. I'm landing a bit more. There is, hi Tom, hello there. There is no perfect picture. There is no ultimate picture of I'm going to be whole and my life is going to be perfect and complete in a next moment, in a next situation, in an idea or fantasy. I mean, I have ideas, lots of them, but also I have with my heart, not just with my mind, but also with my mind. But this combination of my heart and my mind, also they create constant images. I mean, I can't stop this. It just happens. And these images sometimes are kind of very, very, how you call this? Well, they disappear very quickly. And other things, I feel that they are like anchored inside of me. They are like so dear to me, these ideas, because it's not just an idea. It's actually something that really fits me, or that really, that's really close to my heart. And then close to my heart is an expression, but it also really feels like this. Like energetically, it really feels like my heart is in it. And it doesn't mean that idea or that story is going to happen sooner or later in a future moment. I don't know. I have a feeling that it could, and I would love it, but then also I let it go. I have to let it go because right now my life is happening. And right now, this is my life. Talking to the camera during the live stream, giving the live stream, sitting here with my cup of tea, talking, just talking and looking, feeling my digestion, feeling my breath going deeper inside of my belly. And I'm saying this because this counts for you as well. It's the same. Your life, whatever you think that's going to come, is not happening now. There's only happening this life here, where you are, wherever that is. And I have lived a life in a country, a beautiful country, a country really dear to my heart, Portugal. I have lived there nearly 10 years. And when I went to live there, with my friends, They already lived there for several years, and I joined them, and another friend joined us. I had really this idea. Oh, I'm so fed up with Holland and or the Western Europe, and I'm going to live in Portugal, and I'm going to leave everything behind. And Portugal, that's going to be the paradise, the most beautiful place on earth, and everything's going to be fantastic and great and freedom. Freedom, finally, and yeah, in a way it was freedom. In a way, yeah, it was space. There was it was on the countryside. There was lots of space. It was beautiful. But on the other hand, it was also, I took myself with me. I took everything with me, I took my ideas, my emotions, the traumas or conditionings that I didn't worked out yet. I took them along with me. I took my longings, my desires, my limited beliefs, my blind spots. I took everything with me. And so it happened that at first it was all kind of and nice and a bit ecstatic and like falling in love kind of feeling. But after a while, I fell back into, not that I was very bad, but I was not unhappy. But it was more like I fell back to myself. Also because we were really very, very close to each other, and we could say and express everything, and we confronted each other with our processes, with the things that were going on inside of us. So I was confronted also with this. So I had to really feel, well, I didn't have to feel it. I just felt that, yeah, this is now wonderful. I'm living here and I don't have to go and I can stay and it's beautiful. But also I felt lonely. I felt lonely because I didn't really make friends with myself, inside of myself. I withdrew myself. I was still being busy with denying my own dictatorship. And also, I wasn't able to see that I was creating my own suffering. I was feeding this. I was feeding this unconsciously. But on the other hand, I was conscious about many things, but sometimes also this made it even harder to let things go or to change it or to just to allow it actually. And that one of the things, most biggest things for me was in that process, living in Portugal and going through many phases of maybe also from the patterns from the West to wanting to be right or wanting to please, feeling like I have a position, all these kind of things. And so it was like an unraveling of things that were not really mine, and trying to discover what it then was that is mine, or that I am, or that I feel good with. Mostly what I feel good with and what inspired me. And that took quite some time, It's not like when you live a whole life where you are influenced by your environment. It can, and it is all goes unconscious for most people, most children, most young adults, or adults even. it can take like quite a long time to become aware of what are the things that you were influenced by, and why and how did you hold on to all these things, because you don't really like them. So why would you hold on to something that you don't like, that's actually hurting you, that's actually limiting you and making you feel sad and frustrated about yourself? Why would you do that? You only do this because this became your new comfort zone. These influences, these ideas and conditionings that you took over or took on from others that are not yours are unpleasant or were unpleasant, but you recognize them as your new comfort zone, the new shape of love that you. What else did you know? Or do you know? This is what it is, or that is what it was. But now, since you're an adult, probably, most probably, you can start to see that this is all not true. The only thing that makes it alive for you now is the attachment to a thought, to a trauma, an emotional trauma, but also physically, energetically, physically, you can hold on to things. So it's very good to explore these levels. I do this all the time. I do this every day, all the time. Well, most of my conditioning and trauma I've worked out. I worked through that. But reflecting on how you're feeling. How are you feeling right now? What are you thinking? What am I thinking? To reflect on this. Sometimes you can't reflect on it all the time, but you can build in moments in your life, in your daily life, like in one day, you can build in moments, like maybe in the morning after you wake up, or maybe just at night after your whole day, that you have a moment or you take a moment for yourself to reflect on this. Sit by yourself. Don't go and drift off in TV, internet, whatever, a book or a newspaper, but just be with yourself and maybe write it down. If it's harder for you to just sit and reflect and feel. But it's also good to just sit and close your eyes and feel like, oh, I feel heavy. I feel so tired. I feel so down. I'm exhausted. And then just let it be. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you observe, that you find. It doesn't have to change. It doesn't have to be better. You don't have to be busy if it's going to be worse. It's just what is happening for you now, this moment of reflection. So, yeah, you are able to do this. You are able to do this for yourself, but it takes courage. It takes focus, because it means that you want to really commit yourself to getting to know yourself truly, through and through. And this is a never-ending story. You can always get yourself better. You can always learn more about the functioning of your body. You can always learn more about the functioning of your mind, and you can learn so much about the body-mind dynamics, the functioning of the body-mind, because that is what is creating your life. That is what is creating your happiness, how you feel, how you relate to yourself, and the rest and the world around you, relationships. Are you really honest in your relationship? Maybe you are. Then I'm very happy for you. Maybe you are not. But why are you not honest in your relationship? Is it maybe because you are not honest with yourself? Is it hard to be honest truly with yourself? Why would it be hard? What is the challenge? Is it because you have to really be very, very, very honest and not deny anything that's going on for you? Would that maybe mean that you would become like transparent? And what would happen then? Would others maybe also see you as transparent and see that you have nothing to hide? Because maybe you still feel like you have to hide something. But the hiding is not for no one else. It's because you attached to ideas about yourself, like that you are unworthy, or that you are you should do better. It's not good enough. Or maybe you don't know what it is that you want. Well, we can shake hands. This is something that is, big part of my life sometimes. But the thing is that when you don't know what you want, you're still living your life. You're still having a life. You are alive. So is it really true that you don't know what you want, or is it really just an idea? Because that could be very possible. And I think that is what it is. It is just an idea. You think that you don't know what you're doing, and maybe you have not looked too deep into yourself, but you are doing. You are doing your life. Whether it's whatever it is, doesn't matter. The fact that you wake up in the morning, doesn't matter what hour it is, means that you have a life. And in between waking up and going to bed, there is a life for you happening. There is always a life for you. But yes, it takes courage to allow yourself, to push yourself and to challenge yourself a little bit, for you to be able to grow in your potential. Because you have your potential. You are very potential in creating things that fit you, in creating things, allowing yourself things that feel good, that make you feel inspired, that make you feel more relaxed, more fulfilled, more on the level of the heart, and more balanced. But balance also takes challenge. You can only be more balanced when you challenge yourself. When you just want to be balanced, okay, let's be balanced. I'm so balanced now. I just want to be balanced. Well, then what happens is that you're all the time afraid that you might not be balanced. So the focus is on being balanced. The same as with wanting to be happy. If you just want to be happy, then that is for sure guaranteed that you feel very quickly, oh, this is bothering me. Oh, this is irritating, frustrating. Oh, heavy. Oh, this is problems, drama. So it's much easier to, if you say, okay, I don't know what's going to come, but I know that my life is here right now. That is giving you lots of allowance for your potential to develop. And that's in essence what we are doing right now, exchanging, writing. So, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm feeling a deadness inside. Yeah, I spoke already about it, Tom, a little bit about that. And sometimes, Mauricio writes, sometimes the thought, it shouldn't be happening. It can be heavier than the sensation itself to me. Yes. Thoughts are invisible. We can't see them. We can't grasp them. We can't hold on to any of these thoughts. But we are actually like we are the. They can feel heavier than anything. Actually, it's very interesting. Maybe we should go and walk on our hands. So the heaviness of the thoughts just immediately drop down with gravity to the earth. Yeah, so it's mostly about listening to yourself, listening to what is really going on. Like right now, I'm speaking, and while I'm speaking and I'm saying about listening, I get goosebumps on my arm, and I listen to that, even though maybe I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to do anything with the fact that I get goosebumps, but I just notice it. I feel it. I feel this strong sensation. And what is possible that can happen is that once you start to listen to yourself and also the dictatorship patterns that are repeating itself, is that you see, maybe you see it all of a sudden. It's not me. It is not me. But who is it then? It doesn't really matter who it is. All our conditionings, the conditionings that are helpful, pleasant, inspiring, that are frustrating, that are limiting, giving you the sense of that it's limiting you. It's from all over. It's from relatives. It's from students at school, it's from society, media, it's from parents, it's from partners, it's from everywhere. We are all influencing each other. Actually, we are all influencers. And that's a very good statement, actually, because the fact that we are all influencers means that we have responsibility. We have responsibility for our actions, our interactions with ourselves, and then also with others, how it affects others. Like, for example, I can give you a nice example. I was somewhere, I don't remember where, but I was somewhere, and I'm traveling by public transport, and well, I was somewhere, and then I greeted. I said hello. I don't know, not in a heavy way, just open. And it's a pity I can't remember where I was. Okay, but anyway, it was about just being able to greet someone, And I noticed that there are people who are not, greeting you. Yeah, I think I remember where it was. It was in a cafe or something, and I think the waiter wasn't saying hello while I was I was greeting, I was saying something like this. And then, well, it just came to me that I thought, yeah, if you are working or wherever you are, and you are meeting other people, and it's in a situation where it's kind of socially normal to greet each other, and you don't do this, then I really feel like there's something not really, balanced out. Maybe you feel like you are overworking, maybe you're stressed, maybe you just don't have the attention for anyone because it's just all too much, too overwhelming. But I think when you are able in life to just be open and to be able to greet someone without expecting anything, just because you can see that there's somebody else, this is giving an energetic exchange. It's like, hello, I see you. Yes, I see you. You don't have to do this, but in India we do like this, and you say namaste, I see you. I recognize myself in you. And by greeting someone, you say, I recognize you. There is somebody else, so there's a connection. I really like this. I really like this dynamic, and also to see that other people, I don't really like this, but I observed it and realized, gosh, there are people who are just not able to do this. They're so shut off. And it makes me sad. Makes me sad, not for me, but for the other person. Yeah, Tom. Yeah. I can totally see you being open and friendly to customers. because you are a people person. You are sweet, and yeah, that's nice. Huh? It's not just a social, of course. Well, of course, it's also a social way of interaction, but some of these things are okay. They're just also helping us to connect, and especially these days when everybody is with their mobile phone, it's just, yeah, it's we're addicted to information that is pulling us away from where we are. It's always more important to read a message of a friend that is not here with you than to see who's sitting on the other side of the coupe in the train, you know. But it's not. It's much more important to see where you are than to be busy all the time with, oh, I need to see this information. Oh, I need to watch this movie now, and with earphones in the train, or I need to play. I just want to finish this game because, I love this game. I love this game. It makes me quiet. Okay, we can all do what we want. That we live in a society where we can all do what we want, and we are free. We are totally free. But realize that you are also limiting yourself because of not listening to your true needs. Not listening to your true needs is a dictatorship, is a form of dictatorship, because it's pure denial, or the inability to become conscious about what your true needs are. But you can learn to recognize them, can learn to allow them when you recognize them. It just takes practice. Yeah. So, well, if you guys want to speak with me, now is the moment. I still do this. I think there must be some buffering, because it says it's only 48 minutes, but well, maybe this is correct because I started a little bit later. Is there somebody on Skype? Oh. Oh, this is Mauricio. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and if you like my live streaming and the other content that I make, you can help me to put a thumbs up for the streaming, right now or later. And you can of course subscribe to my channel. And you can do this by clicking the bell, and when when the subscribe button is there and you have the bell, you click on the bell and then you will receive notifications. Otherwise you don't get any notifications. So that's also good to know. And of course, if you would like to speak with me one-on-one about your body-mind conditioning, about ideas or just a process that you're going through, that's maybe you feel like I have a blind spot and I can't really work it out by myself, and you can connect with me, write me an email, which is below the video, and I can work with you. I really love to do what I'm good at, and this giving you more insights, helping you to feel more confident and anchored in life is one of these things. But it takes courage and it also takes patience. But yes, you can change your life by taking very pragmatic steps, actually. It's not just a philosophy, it's not just talking about how beautiful you are, because you are, but it's also about the parts that are overlooked, that are unconscious, that are usually like blind spots, that you just forgotten, totally forgotten how it was. And that part where you forgot about how it was is actually affecting you right now in your daily life, or maybe even now. And so, yeah, it can be really hard to work this out by yourself. It can be possible. It's done. People do this, but it's also really good to have a mirror that's just reflecting to you what is actually going on, what is happening within you. And I have, lots of experience with that, and I worked through all this myself, and it, took me time. But, this is life. There is no time. There's just processes happening. There are just continuously processes happening, and the only thing that's important is the process. Not that it's just the process, but it's more like, can I allow this process, or do I want to push it fast? Does it have to be now? Now I want to be free of all this shit. I don't want to have anything to do with that, because that's what you can feel. That you can feel like, why is it still not happening? Why am I still not healed in my life? Why don't I have a partner, the partner that I long for so long? I want to have this partner. Well, maybe it's all because you can't push anything. You can only develop yourself. You can grow, you can become more aware, you can get to know yourself better. And when you get to know yourself better, that focus on all these things becomes less. It becomes more loose. It becomes more, it would be really nice if I would get this relationship, but actually I'm having quite a good time now. I have more friends, or I have sometimes a lover. I don't really need to have a real relationship or partner, and I'm doing things that I'm starting to like better. All these things, so it starts, the shifting happens, and with that shifting, you happen. you become more, yeah, gentle, open, relaxed, a more pleasant character. And it's pleasant for yourself, very pleasant for yourself, and also for others. Actually, it's beautiful. It's pretty dark in the back, huh? Yeah, I put on some candles to make it really nice and cozy. Okay, everyone. This was the live streaming tonight. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did too. If you like this video, this live streaming, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate this, and see you next week. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, I give the live streaming. You're very welcome here. You can write me also on my email address. Mail me at liehogenberg.nl. It's also below the videos. If you want to connect with me personally, you're very welcome. Okay, see you. Bye bye.